Today we're dealing with a mature reboot of a classic cartoon. Bad start, I know, but let's keep going. The style looks like if Steven Universe and Clone High were mixed in the most uninspired way possible. There's consistent meta-humor that never lands.
I thought lesbians were good at solving crimes. It's like the one positive stereotype perpetuated by cop shows.
The cast has been race-swapped, not inherently bad, but given the portrayal I would guess that the characters were written around the cast as opposed to casting ideal people for each role. No, the bad change is the Cat 5 shit hurricane of characterization. Scooby-Doo has a consistent 5-member cast with the occasional interloper in the form of this
fucking piece of shit, stupid-ass rat-looking dog. I'd pay $1 million to stomp that shit to pieces.
But the core cast all have instantly recognizable traits. Fred is the leader and carries the resolve to finish each case. Shaggy and Scooby are cowardly but encounter the monsters most often, either because they're the most reckless or because the team will bribe them and use them as bait. Velma's smart, shy, and she handles the more in-depth parts of the mysteries. Daphne. Woman. Now here's a rundown of Velma and its character's traits. Velma, unpopular, schizo. She's a dickhead who says it how it is.
Exactly. I spit truth without a filter, like every comedian before #MeToo.
What? How did that make it to a final product? Daphne, bitch, drug dealer, orphan. Next. Fred, pampered, rich, popular. He's the only main cast member without a race swap, and thus he has a small penis and never has to do any work of his own. Get it? Because he's a white man? To be fair, Shaggy's not much better off. They made him a live streamer and a food reviewer that owns a sword as well as being a simp beta cuck who's friend-zoned by Velma. You know what was really progressive? Having a guy and a girl in a group that had no forced romantic connection. Just a girl who was fine being single and a man who was gay for his dog. Speaking of, Scooby. Where the fuck is Scooby? This isn't fucking Riverdale. If part of your mission statement for your reboot is to remove the titular fucking character, then you should stop and make some drastic changes. Why can't Shaggy have a dog? Why is Shaggy's dad real Shaggy? But Fred's dad is voiced by classic Fred? When did Scooby cross over with WWE? Why kill Scoob 2 for this?
Normally, origin stories are about tall, handsome guys struggling with the burden of being handed even more power. And if they are about girls, it's usually like, hey, what made this hot chick go crazy?
Gotta stop watching shit meta shows.
This is my story, told my way. And it starts with a murder, bitch.
The show is already insulting me.
Ugh. This school sucks.
Classy.
Have you ever noticed how pilot episodes of TV shows always have more gratuitous sex and nudity than the rest of the series?
Here's the first instance of the show thinking that saying a trope excuses them from using said trope. They even admit it.
Why was your favorite part of the Riverdale pilot when Betty and Veronica kissed?
Well, because it was instantly called out as tired in the scene!
I don't know if it's worse that the writers believe this or that they seem to hold Riverdale in a high enough regard to cite it directly. For future reference, 95% of my problems come from the writing. Most of the cast are doing good with the lines they have. The animation, while in a bland style, is quality and lets each character express properly. But that writing, mwah, chef's kiss. It makes She-Hulk look like Citizen Kane. Jesus fuck, this does start with a murder. Oh no, that's the victim.
She has no brain! Oh. I'm not dissing her. She has no brain!
Am I supposed to take the murder seriously or not?
Anybody? I know my rights. I get a phone call and a handsome detective I infuriate with my indifference.
My end is near.
Who killed Brenda, Velma?
Remember this. It's a major plot point.
You know what? We're done here. Peace.
Truly irreverent commentary.
Oh, because I hate your stupid adopted daughter and her fake-ass friends.
And yet you and Daphne used to be best friends.
Why does she have a file with those pictures in it? Why is she spouting exposition to Velma about Velma?
But that's a mystery, and I don't solve mysteries. Not anymore.
This might be funny if it were done by a likable character rather than a washed-up actress from The Office whose career is being kept afloat by shitty movies and Disney side characters. Here we get introduced to Fred, who is being willfully unattentive and intentionally rude to Velma. I don't mind Fred for most of this episode. I can see him being humbled and molded closer to the Fred that we know. That doesn't happen. Daphne walks in, tells Fred that the girl is dead and that Velma killed her, then starts grabbing his ass and unzipping his pants.
Not now, Daph, jeez.
Then when, Fred? When?
He reacts reasonably to this, but Daphne seems annoyed. This gets explained later, but with the context at the moment here, it just seems like she wants to bang one step off the fucking curb.
Out there more if you hadn't knocked up a Spooner's waitress while your actual wife is still missing.
Velma!
Jesus Christ, where'd you come from? There's more nudity and a weird running joke where the girlfriend keeps getting expensive things for the yet unborn child, but it's not funny. Maybe it's not meant to be. Is this supposed to be character work? Meet me halfway here. I can't tell what the fuck you want, show.
And yeah, normally in pop culture, when a slutty girl is murdered, we're all a little like, well, maybe she That is so special.
Velma runs into Fred again, where it's revealed that he has fatherly insecurities, and Velma responds to this with exposition about her mother. Here she says that she wears her mother's glasses. Does she not need them? Did she fucking force her body to comply with her mother's prescription lenses? Because that's not how that works. Here she also introduces.
Now when I try to solve a mystery, my guilt triggers a potentially heart-stopping hallucination.
You gave her cartoon PTSD? Now every time she tries to solve a mystery, she sees visions of ghosts and she's at risk of a heart attack. Not only is this a celestial fucking contrivance, this is actually disrespectful to people with stress disorders. Puss in Boots has better representation of this, and it's actually really good. Watch the new Puss in Boots.
Wow, after hearing that, I not only feel emotionally hooked, I understand the stakes of your journey, Velma.
Who the fuck talks like this? Shaggy, like everyone else, is unrecognizable. He's an eccentric know-it-all nerd who loves to hate drugs.
I think it has something to do with drugs, which I hate.
Ha. Ha.
On TV shows, the malt shop owner is always a friendly black man or a spicy and meatball Italian.
Does she like stereotypes or does she not like stereotypes? Shaggy convinces Velma that her dad's girlfriend could be the murderer because she got the camera out of nowhere.
Holy crap! Sophie just got a new camera, which I know we can't afford.
Hashtag get my new camera out of my bag, I'm on.
Why exposit so plainly and do a flashback? This happened 5 minutes ago. The girlfriend isn't the murderer. Velma's dad explains that her mom didn't die, she just left. Then it shows the flashback again and shows that Velma inadvertently blinded her left eye, actively interfered with her work, and was just generally destructive. I would leave too. Fuck that kid. The girlfriend suggests being less psychotic to improve her public opinion, so she does that. Again, performing the trope to an obscene degree and then saying, "Isn't this trope stupid?" isn't funny, but at least the dialogue is seamless.
I'm just unburdened by the belief I caused my mother to go missing.
Well, now that you're not a total dog, do you want to hang out at Spooner's Malt Shop later?
Yes, because I'm just a normal, well-adjusted teen now, like all of you.
Fucking Christ, are we taking violence seriously or not?
Well, well, well. Well, well, well.
This is intended for ages 17 and up. Daphne confronts Velma in the bathroom because contrived and pointless conflict, and they elaborate that Fred indeed does have a small cock.
Fred's so self-conscious about his body, he kicks everyone out of the bathroom at Spooner's Malt Shop when he has to use it.
Velma takes this as a hint of Fred being the culprit, so she gets Shaggy to drive her to Fred's house.
Drive me to Fred's house.
I'll get my windbreaker.
Where the fuck is his windbreaker?
If I were a rich white dude, I'd kill everybody just to get away with it.
Commentary.
But won't looking for my camera trigger your potentially fatal hallucinations?
Seriously, no one talks like this.
My hallucinations have stopped. Once I realized solving mysteries didn't cause my mom to go missing, I no longer felt the guilt that triggered them.
Oh, brilliant.
Norville, get off my jock and let me solve this mystery.
Couldn't last a minute. Relatable.
Oh god, I'm starting to hallucinate.
You just said those were over!
Well, I guess I needed more than 3 minutes online to make a mental health diagnosis, didn't I?
You see, it's funny because it's something a normal person does, and she just called attention to that. Why aren't you laughing?
That's not true. I like you. Like you.
Wait, what? No, you don't. You're like a brother to me. That's hilarious. Wait, Norville, your joke worked, you genius. Keep making me laugh.
I wasn't joking!
This isn't funny, it's just making Shaggy pathetic and Velma a bitch with no read on emotions. She enters Fred's room and finds the camera when Fred enters and confronts her. Fred, as it turns out, is a late bloomer, and plot twist, he did not kill the girl, just paid her off. Fred gets fucking kneecapped by the cops. He's fine.
What the hell?
Then he gets arrested.
I'd laugh, Fred, if I wasn't standing next to this secret comedian over here. Man, if I found humor attractive, I would be all over you right now. Oh well.
I'm tired of saying it. The episode ends with another girl dead in the same way as the first. If God were merciful, this would be the end, but this series is releasing in pairs, so what's episode 2 got for us? It starts with explicitly saying that Fred's dick is small.
The murder.
Multiple times.
It's a rich white guy with a tiny dong. He did it.
Multiple.
You didn't mention Fred had a tiny dong.
Oh yeah, real baby carrot.
Multiple times. Oh good, Shaggy has a sword now. Does he get a fedora too?
Man, if I ever even think about getting into 420 culture, or especially 420 related humor, kill me.
Dear God, the bad dialogue and meta commentary are fusing.
But after catching Fred, I feel my hallucinations are like the return of high-waisted jeans. It took a while, but we're finally through the worst of it.
You did this exact gag last episode. Spoiler, but she's going to have more hallucinations, and this constantly saying, "Wow, I'm glad those are over," is really getting old.
Thank you. But if the kids in every teen show ever can get through a brush with a deranged serial killer, so can I. I know you think I'm a huge bitch who ditched you to be cool.
What? That's so not true.
Oh, but she did call her a huge bitch who ditches people to be cool. Mindy is so clever. Daphne agrees to give Velma the file she wants for $500, then walks away. Next we see Fred, and he's acting like a spoiled child because they've given up trying to make him bearable to watch. Velma goes to Shaggy's house to ask for money because Velma likes to use Shaggy and only have him around when she needs something. Shaggy says he can't, but goes on a side plot trying to get the money.
I'm so sorry, but this is important. Daphne wants $500 for the file, and all my money is tied up in streaming services.
Isn't this funny and relatable? Meanwhile, Daphne's cop parents, have I mentioned them? Daphne's cop parents are going undercover at the school to find a drug dealer. We don't see him again until they find the drug dealer. Velma does a half-ass attempt to get Daphne to lower the price, fails, then Daphne reveals she's the drug dealer and is willing to hire Velma.
According to TV, it's morally okay to deal drugs if your life is just kinda crappy.
Bro thinks she Walter White. Velma threatens Daphne, she threatens right back. This works, then we get this knee slapper.
So, what are we selling?
Oh, just the usual. Zoinks, Jeepers, Mystery Machine.
They really do respect the source material.
This is a disguise, because what we're doing is illegal.
Oh, sorry we can't all make it rain cool shades, El Chapo.
El Chapo escaped in fucking 2015. Why are we talking about it now, Mindy? Mindy! Velma fails at selling drugs, and Shaggy's about to start selling organs so he can fund his Velma addiction. Meanwhile, Fred's trial is starting and he's playing up his childish traits while using an uwu speak. Now, does this plan fail because A, the crowd sees through the ploy, B, Fred gets annoyed and it reveals his true nature, or C, a rain cloud spawns out of nowhere and makes him look like Hitler?
Thanks, news lady.
Stop! No pictures! Unless it's in portrait mode!
Oh God! He looks like Hitler! And not just because we compare everyone to Hitler these days.
You just couldn't write that in a more cohesive way, could you? You had to change the fucking weather and make it into an unfunny Hitler joke.
Okay, since you know so much, why am I selling drugs?
Easy. You're looking to rebel against your overprotective parents, but don't have the balls to get pregnant.
Wrong! I'm saving money to hire a private investigator to find my biological family. Yeah. Unexpected twist.
This shit is actually baffling. It's written like a show meant for toddlers, but they put sex and drugs in it so it qualifies as adult. Not to mention that the scene sets up a romance between the two. This isn't how relationship works. They've spent the entire show so far at each other's throats, but oh no, they touched hands and now Daphne has the gay. It's so forced and they keep trying to push it using their shitty overwritten robotic dialogue. They escape after being caught. This joke caught Twitter ablaze, but I don't have any strong feelings.
Where is that candy man? I mean, candy person. It could be anybody, even though we both definitely know it's a man.
Wait, am I enjoying hanging out with you again?
Oh no, maybe I'm not the shallow monster you think I've become. Maybe you judge people so harshly because it's easier to feel right from afar than risk getting close and being wrong.
Remember, kids, you don't have to learn how to write if you just have all the characters say exactly what and how they're feeling all the time. They go sell more drugs.
In the beanie, it's always the guy in the beanie.
A beanie? It's 90 degrees out.
Bitch, you're wearing a sweatshirt over a sweater. What the fuck are you talking about? Turns out it's her dad. They talk it out and he agrees to give her the money if they win Fred's case.
What? Are you crazy? Finding Fred innocent would require me to admit I'd incorrectly prejudged someone.
Character development. Velma sees that Fred's too incompetent to murder people, so she goes on the stand and she starts insulting him to prove his innocence. What?
But also that he was just another entitled rich guy who might kill someone because he has a tiny dog.
As a New York 10 and an LA 11, an almost pathologically
I can't.
entitled man.
I can't.